Hello and welcome back. In this session, we're going to talk about page layouts. Now, we have spoken about them previously over the last few sessions, but I just want to take a closer look at them. So what are page layouts? Well, page layouts control what fields and related lists your users see. They can be customized easily using drag and drop functionality, and you can also use them to configure what actions are available on record pages. You can add charts to them, and page layouts can be assigned by record type, by user profile, or a mix of the two. But let's take a look in Salesforce so we can add a bit more detail. So here we are in Salesforce and we're just on the account object. As we can see, we have the related list here, and if we was to go to the details tab, we can see the fields for this account, so we can see all of the details for this record. Now, if we want to customize this page layout, there's a couple of ways of doing it. The first way is if we go to the gear icon and we hit setup, we can then go to the object manager. From the object manager, we just need to find the object that we want to customize, which is the account, and then we can go to page layouts and start configuring. The other way of doing it, if we close that down, is because we're already on the object that we want to customize, we just need to go to the gear icon and we just hit edit object. From here, we're taken straight to the object and we can find our way to page layouts. On this page, you can have a look at the page layout assignments, so you can see which profile is assigned which page layout. And if record types were present on the account object, we'd also be able to see that. Now, I'm not going to go too much in depth into page layout assignments because you don't need to know them for your associate exam. So let's head back to page layouts and we're just going to open up the account layout. From here, you can see that on the top, we have the usual save, quick save, preview as, cancel, undo, and redo options. We also have the layout properties, which gives us a few more options, and we have the custom console components, mini page layout, mini console view, as well as video tutorials and help for this page. You don't need to know what does what in detail for your certification exam, just know that they're there and maybe have a bit of a click and a play around with them as well. Underneath, we have the palette and the canvas. And the palette is where you see the fields, you see the buttons, actions, related lists, and a few more. You can easily customize your page layout just by dragging a field from the palette onto the canvas. And then once it's on the canvas, you could configure it a little bit more. So if you go to the spanner icon and you open that up, you could set that field so it's read only, or you could set it as required. If we hit cancel, we're now back to this. And if we want to remove that field, we can either drag it back into the palette, or what we could do is we could just simply hit the minus icon, the remove icon, and that'll get rid of it as well. We can add and remove quick actions and mobile and lightning actions by dragging and dropping them onto the page. Again, we can just drag them there and there. If we want to remove them, we can drag them off. By default, mobile and lightning actions are predefined by the ones that are in the quick actions, but you can override this using the override the predefined actions, and this will allow you for more customization. If we click on related lists, you'll see that one, our page navigates down to the bottom there so we can easily see where it is, but we can also drag and drop these onto the pages as well. So we could just drag campaigns onto the related list and you'll see it's now there, good to go. Again, you could set the properties of it, so you could customize your related list. This is something that you don't really need to know for your associate exam, but by all means have a play around. It's dead simple. You can just add fields, remove fields, you could change the sorting order, and there's other bits and bobs that you can do. We're just going to click cancel on that. What you can also do is use the remove sign to get rid of them as well. We also have the ability to add charts to pages. So if we click on report charts, we can just drag and drop a chart on there if we wanted to. Now again, it depends what charts you've got available, and that's just going to give you really what you could put on there as well. As I mentioned before, we can assign page layouts based on record type and profile, and we are going to talk about record types in more detail later on. But for now, just think of record types as a way of using an object for similar but separate purposes. For example, if we're using the opportunity object to sell to customers directly and trade customers, the users would need to capture different information and follow different sales processes. Record types allow us to do this. Each user is assigned a profile when they are created, and they are used to set the baseline access and functionality of the Salesforce org for those users. And we can assign different page layouts depending on what the object record type is and the profile of the user. So let's just recap before we move on. Page layouts allow you to control what fields and related lists users see. They can be easily customized using drag and drop, and you can add actions or remove actions as well. You can add charts to the page layouts, and you can control what page layout users see based on their record types, their profile, or a mix of the two.